Before we dive into this video, guys, I'm gonna have to give some major spoiler warnings. If you have not read the Lorax manga or watched the anime, and you don't want to see spoilers, I suggest you click off this video right now, because it contains major spoilers for important story arcs in the Lorax universe. But if you don't really care about that, that's okay, because you can just keep watching the video. So anyway, all of you guys probably know who Aloysius O'Hare is at this point. He was a major character near the end of the Thneedville saga, and he was also a major character throughout most of the Ted Wiggins arc. At surface value, he really doesn't seem like such a great villain. But today I'm going to try to go into an in-depth character analysis, and hopefully you guys could get something out of it. Aloysius first appears in episode 3 of the 1980 Lorax anime. He never makes any appearances in the original 1972 Lorax anime, or the original manga, but he does have a major role in the 2012 film that was based off the manga. Even though he's canonically scattered as a character, his role in the plot remains very consistent, unlike other characters such as Audrey. In terms of powers and abilities, his most obvious power is his genius-level intellect. In the films and the anime, Aloysius is continuously presented as the smartest person in the room. He is the one who modernized Thneedville, found a way to create air, and made advances in aviation. But in the Lorax mythos, it's still unclear why Aloysius was that smart, or how he even knew how to do all those things. Because of his incredible smarts, he has some of the most powerful technology available, which includes some insane weapons and aircraft like his Zeppelin, and an integrated security system which he uses to spy on everyone in Thneedville. Because of all these things, it is without question that Aloysius is at the top of the power scale in the Lorax due to his sheer cerebral capabilities. I'm sorry guys, I know some of you argue for the one-star being powerful, but it's Aloysius, obviously. However, Aloysius is a glass cannon. Without any of his tech, he is no more powerful than a small child because of his stature. Initially, Aloysius is presented as a sort of hero of Thneedville. He's the man who found a way to sell air and became a zillionaire. The background of the story was already pretty well established at this point, so we know about the Truffula Valley ecological disaster and the Lorax and the One-Slayer. And at first, we're thinking, oh, this guy's actually pretty cool. But later, we see that he's evil. It's revealed that Aloysius was actually behind a massive conspiracy to cover up the state of the Truffula Valley and created a massive wall complex to prevent people from finding out. Well, that is until Ted Wiggins went out of the town. But Aloysius also knowingly continued to pollute the environment so that he could continue selling more and more air. When he found out about Ted Wiggins going out of town, he harassed him and warned him to stop trying to find out about trees. And later, we even see Aloysius censoring all pieces of art or media relating to trees. Of course, all of this was to protect O'Hare Air, since trees could make air for free. When Ted Wiggins obtained the last Truffula seed, Aloysius and his henchmen tried destroying it. But then Aloysius got exposed and he was impeached, and we never saw him ever again. Some of you guys are like, oh what, that's all he did? He's such a lame villain, he didn't do anything. And well, although he didn't have that many scenes in the anime, it's the scenes where he actually appeared in that were some of the most interesting to watch. What were the writers trying to say to us through the character of Aloysius O'Hare? I'm sure some of you have noticed the similarities between the One-Slayer and Aloysius. They were both the most powerful individuals in Thneedville at one point. They had both monopolized the economy, they both sold a widely successful product, and they were both willing to sell this product even at the cost of the environment. And some fans of the anime go, oh, that's such lazy writing. But I'm gonna say this. This is actually very brilliant writing from a storytelling standpoint, and that it was clearly intentional. Aloysius acts as a sort of foil for the One-Slayer. He literally succeeds where the One-Slayer fails. The One-Slayer destroyed the Truffula Valley and exiled himself, leaving everything in ruins. But by leaving, he allows someone else to take his place, and that person was Aloysius O'Hare. Aloysius takes the destruction of the One-Slayer and built himself an empire that is even stronger. But nevertheless, Aloysius always stands in the shadow of the One-Slayer, because it is to him that he owes his success. When Aloysius was in power, the One-Slayer was already old and had sat regretting his decisions for many years. The point of Aloysius being in the story is to show in the present how dangerous the mindset of the young One-Slayer was. His mindset is very well demonstrated in the scrap song Biggering, where it says this.
There is a principle of nature that most every creature knows. It's called survival of the fittest, and this is how it goes. The animal that wins He's an animal that's trying to survive. It's struggling and fighting just to keep itself alive.
Although we don't quite see the Once-Ler do this on screen, we do see Aloysius doing this. We see him actually doing exactly this when he harasses Ted Wiggins and censors everything on the media related to trees just so that he could protect his company. It goes back to the lyrics of the song. The animal that doesn't winds up someone else's lunch. Accompanies an animal that's trying to survive. It's struggling and fighting just to keep itself alive. And that's exactly what's going on. When Ted Wiggins comes at the end of the anime and says out loud, "I am Ted Wiggins and I speak for the trees," it is symbolic of the Lorax speaking the same thing to the Once-Ler. Except the difference this time is that people were willing to stand against the corruption. The true purpose of Aloysius being in the story was to hammer home the importance of the main theme. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Aloysius was there to show what would have happened if everyone in Thneedville had done the right thing the first time after the Lorax's continuous warnings. This is why Aloysius is one of the best designed villains in anime. It's not because of his power or his threat to the main characters, but it's really because of how he is used in the story to drive a narrative perfectly. This isn't to say that the anime is without flaws, though. A popular criticism is the utilitarian presentation of the trees at the climax of the anime. Although this does water down the climax of the anime, I would still argue that the satisfaction of the character development, along with constant foreshadowing and symbolism, makes for an extremely satisfying character-driven conclusion. So that's all my thoughts for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to make more content like this, then please comment below. Next, I'm hoping to make a Paw Patrol analysis video, but for now I'm signing out. The end, bye.